Topic: Museums. Part 1. Did you enjoy going to museums when you were a child? Are there any interesting museums near where you live now? Do you think it is best to go to museums by yourself or with friends? When you visit another city or country, do you think it's important to go to a museum there? What kind of museum do you enjoy visiting the most? How can museums be more attractive to young people? Do you think schools should organize more museum trips? How often do you go to museums nowadays? Do you think museums are still relevant in the digital age? Part 3. What role do museums play in education? Do you think museums should be free to enter? How can technology enhance the experience of visiting a museum? What types of museums do you think will be popular in the future? Should museums focus more on entertainment or education? Can virtual museums replace traditional ones? Topic: Work and job satisfaction. Part 2. Describe a piece of work you did for your job or your studies that you felt very satisfied with. You should say what this piece of work was, why you did this piece of work, who or what helped you to do this work, and explain why you felt so satisfied with this piece of work. Part 3. What are some aspects of people's lives that they can often be dissatisfied with? Would you say that having ambitions in life is always a positive thing? What do you believe the most important components are of a satisfying life? What makes a job more satisfying, a high salary or having good colleagues? Do you think people need to change jobs regularly if they want to stay satisfied at work? Is it possible to find job satisfaction in all types of work? What kinds of jobs do you think will be most satisfying in the future? How can employers help their workers feel more satisfied? Should job satisfaction be more important than job security? How does work-life balance affect job satisfaction? Topic: Fruit. Part 1. What's your favorite fruit? Are there any kinds of fruit that you don't like eating? Do you like eating cooked food that has fruit in it? Where's the best place to buy fruit where you live? Is fruit a common gift in your culture? Do people in your country eat fruit every day? Have your fruit eating habits changed since you were young? What fruits are considered exotic in your country? Is it easy to find fresh fruit where you live? Topic: Changing plans. Part 2. Describe a time when you changed a plan you had made. You should say what your original plan was, why you changed it, what new plan you made, and explain how you felt about changing your plan. Part 3. What kinds of plans do friends make together? Do you think it's better to discuss future plans with friends or with family? When making plans for the future, is it important not to copy friends? When people are choosing what to study, how important is it that their course should lead directly to a career? Why is it a good idea to get some work experience before deciding on a future career? How easy do you think it is for people to change from one career to another? Why do people sometimes find it difficult to stick to their plans? How can schools help students with planning for the future? Do unexpected changes in plans affect people positively or negatively? Are long-term plans better than short-term plans? Topic: Personal qualities. Part 1. What do you think your best personal qualities are? Do you have the same personal qualities as your parents? What personal qualities are important to you in a friend? Do you think you have the personal qualities to be a good or successful leader? Which personal qualities do you admire the most in other people? Can people change their personal qualities over time? What qualities do you think are important in a good teammate? Are people born with personal qualities or do they develop them? Topic: News and discussion programs. Part 2. Describe a time when you had a long discussion about a news story. You should say what the news story was about, who you discussed this news story with, what people's opinions were, and explain why you had such a long discussion about the news story. Part 3. How do most people find out about the news in your country? Are people more interested in local news than national news? How important is it to know about international news? Why are discussion programs involving members of the public popular on TV and radio? What kind of people want to take part in discussion programs? Do discussion programs influence people in a good way or a bad way? Do you prefer reading or watching the news? Why? How has social media changed the way people receive the news? Should schools teach students how to evaluate the news they read? Why do some people avoid watching or reading the news? Topic: walking. Part 1. How much walking do you do in your daily life? Did you walk more when you were at school than now? What places are there to go for a walk near where you live? Would you ever like to go on a walking holiday? Is walking a common form of exercise in your country? Do you prefer walking in nature or in the city? What time of day do you prefer to go for a walk? Do you think people should walk more instead of using vehicles? Topic: films and theater. Part 2. Describe a play or a film you have seen that you would like to see again with friends. You should say what play or film you'd like to go see again, who you would go with, what other people have said about this play or film, and explain why you would like to see this play or film again with friends. Part 3. What are the most popular kinds of plays or shows at theaters in your country? How easy is it to get tickets to the theater? Do you think theaters need to do more to attract younger audiences? What do you think attracts people to working as an actor? What are some of the qualities that a person needs to have if they want to become an actor? Can you think of any disadvantages of working as an actor? Do you think films or theater performances are more popular nowadays? Have your tastes in movies or plays changed over time? Are actors treated differently in your country compared to other jobs? Should governments support the film and theater industry?